Mic check. Come through, dig the sound. Crowd around. I used to cop a lot, but never cop no drop. Hold mics like ponytails tight and bobble ops. Stop and stick around, come through and dig the sound of the fly brown 6060 cycle who throws a dick around. Bound to go 3 plat, came to destroy rap. It's an intricate plot of a b-boy strap. Fem stack cats get kidnapped. Then release a statement to the press, let the rest know who did that. Metal fist terrorist, claim responsibility. Broken household name usually set in hostility. What is MF, you silly? I like to take men's to the end for 2 milli. Do-do-do-do-do, that's the audio daily double. Rappers need to fall off just to save me the trouble. Yo, watch your own back, came in and go out alone black. Stay in the zone, turn H2O to cognac. On doomsday, ever since the womb till I'm back where my brother went, that's what my tumor say. Right above my government doomulate, either unmarked or engraved, hey, who's to say? I wrote this one in BCDCO section. If you don't believe me, go get bagged and checked in. Cell number 17 up under the top bunk. I say this not to be mean, was bad luck a pop junk. Pop the trunk on C-Cypher punk, leave him left scrape, God forbid. If ain't no escape, blame MF tape. Definition super villain, a killer who loved children, one who is well skilled in destruction as well as building. While Sidney Sheldon teaches the trife to be trifer, I'm trading science fiction with my man, a live lifer. A Pied Piper, holler a rhyme, a dollar and a dime, do his thing, ring around the white collar crime. Get out my face, asking about my case, need toothpaste. Refreshment, monkey style nigga to death to death. And dope fiends still in their teens. Shook niggas turn witness. Real men's mind their own business. That's the difference between sissy pissy rappers is double dutch. How come I hold a microphone double clutch? COs make rounds, never have ox found on shakedown, lockdown, wet dreams of Fox Brown. On doomsday, ever since the womb till I'm back where my brother went. That's what my tumor say. Right above my government doomulate, either unmarked or engraved, hey, who's to say? Doomsday, ever since the womb till I'm back to the essence, read it off the tomb, either engraved or unmarked grave, who's to say? Pass the mic like pass the peas like they used to say. Some MFers don't like how Sally walk, I tell y'all fools is hella cool, how ladies from Cali talk. Never let it interfere with the Yeti ghetto slang. Nicknames off nipple and timber nipples metal fang. Known amongst hoes for the bang bang, known amongst foes for flow without no talking orangutans. Only gin and tang, guzzle out a rusty tin can. Me and this mic is like yin and yang. Clang, crime don't pay. Listen, youth, it's like me holding up the line at the kissing booth. I took her back to the truck, she was uncouth, spitting all out the sunroof through her missing tooth. But then she has a sexy voice, sound like Jazzy Joyce. So I turned it up faster than a speeding knife. Strong enough to please a wife, able to drop today's math in the 48 keys of life. Cut the
Okay, hold on. Can y'all hear me? I'm pretty sure y'all can hear me. What's up, y'all? We back on live. So this live is gonna be a little bit different. I'm a little nervous on camera because I'm usually not good on camera. But today is gonna be the starting day of my podcast. I've been thinking about doing this for a while. Only reason why I haven't is because really I haven't thought about anything to say. Like, to be honest, like what I mean is like I didn't have any questions for myself or nothing. And you know, when you start off, you don't really have viewers like that and stuff. So, but I do got a couple of questions that I'm gonna answer about myself. And if anybody has any like questions to ask me or my thoughts on things, you could just ask me in the chat. Make sure y'all subscribe for more podcasts. I'm gonna start doing podcasts. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all like the video. You can also donate for TTS, talk to speech, if you want to. Make sure y'all subscribe to my other account, because that's right. Matter of fact, I am editing 2 videos right now that's supposed to be going up on there soon. So we got that, and then like more series as well. So that Make sure you follow my Twitter because that's where I have announcements and stuff like that and letting y'all know when I be streaming. Um, so yeah, I said we just get straight into it because why not? Also, let me know if y'all like my song choices on the stuff. All right. So it's a lot of questions. First, I'm gonna start off with these set of five questions. It's about life and personal growth. Yes, I searched these up because I need questions. Then hopefully, I can bring people on the stream on the podcast. To ask them questions. So, the first question says, "What's a life lesson you learned the hard way that changed your life?" So, let me repeat that. This is the first question. What's a lesson you learned the hard way that changed your life? Well, I'm still maturing, so I'm still learning a lot of lessons, but I would say from right now, a lesson that you had to learn the hard way that changed your life is, I guess, not fitting in with people. And I feel like, is that a hard way though? Because it's like, it's saying that you had to go through something the hard way to realize, like, oh, that's why. You know what I mean? Like, lessons like, for example, nobody told you about something and you had to go through the hard way of learning it, and then it's like, oh, okay. Me personally, I feel like since it's a podcast, you really do gotta be real. No hiding junk. I feel like, what's a lesson you learned the hard way that changed? Does it mean change your life for the better? Or like, I think it means change your life. I feel like a lesson is, yeah, not fitting in with people, and I feel like the hard way is going through. You see a lot of people doing things, and it's like everybody's doing it, but you're not doing it. So it kind of makes you the odd one out, and then it's like at times, since you don't do it, you feel like, man, like because everybody wants to. Most people want to fit in, just to be in those larger parts of the group, even though that's a terrible place to be in. Nobody wants to be in a place like that. And I feel like, me personally, I'm not gonna lie, I never even wanted to fit in because I always knew the consequences of fitting in. And one thing I will say is, back in elementary school, I did used to fit in because it was a lot of group of people. Like, you wanted to be in the popular group because that's popular group. Everybody knows you in the school, right? That's the type of group that I was in, and I'm not gonna lie. When I was in that group, and I was just a kid, whenever I was in that group, I was realizing, like, I'm like, dang, we doing a lot of bad stuff. Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. We used to go in the back of like the classroom and straight up watch like inappropriate videos on YouTube. Like, we barely did our work. We used to go around and bully kids for no reason, like no reason at all. We had we thought of him as a group leader. He was this tall kid, like he was tall. He was a group leader in 3rd grade, and we just used to follow whatever that nigga said. And I remember one time, it was almost like a riot. It was almost like a riot outside, and because it's like in elementary school, for some reason there was different groups of people. Like, it's almost like gangs, but it wasn't. And it's like, I remember we was outside, and I don't remember what broke out a fight, but there used to always be like these mini fights going on at the school year, so it wasn't really new. But I remember it was this fight between this guy named Angel that was a part of our group and some other guy part of a different group. And I think they was arguing over something. They started fighting, right? So we tried to break up the fight, but I guess when we tried to break up the fight, like, people started pushing and shoving each other, and then it's like everybody, no, literally, I remember watching, everybody was in a different area just fighting. Like, one guy tried to throw the other dude over the fence, because at our school there was these fences, and over the fence was like the woods and then the neighborhoods over there. one guy tried to push him over the fence. Other niggas punching. Teachers over here trying to get in, getting they slippers off. They stepping on their shoes and stuff, and they trying to break up a fight. It was crazy. I remember I didn't fight no one because at the time, low key, I was a kid. I didn't know how to fight, right? And I didn't even know how to roast either. I was just a part of the group, and I remember seeing that. I was like, dang, bro. So then I got away from that group, and then I started hanging out with like the weird people. But like I was part of the weird people because as a kid growing up, I used to love like Minecraft videos. I used to love playing Minecraft, Mortal Kombat, but mainly I was a Minecraft kid and Power Rangers too at one point. But I used to listen to a lot of like Minecraft music cover songs. So I was a weird kid, so I ended up making friends with this guy named David and Ibrahim later on. Like Ibrahim, I'm gonna tell you about Ibrahim later on, but I met this guy named David and Holden, and we was like friends. Like, but they was like they're not nerdy, but like they was like part of the nerd like the nerd group of people. And I was like, bro, I'd rather be around these guys and because I'm not gonna lie, I used to get in trouble a lot, and I got tired of getting in trouble because I would go home and get whoopings like almost every day, like just straight whoopings and stuff. And since I get straight whoopings, I used to hate, and usually it used to happen so many times to the point where I used to just come home expecting a whooping at that point. That's how bad of a kid I was. So I got tired of getting in trouble and stuff. So, and then not only that, once we got new classes, we kind of separated because people had different classes and stuff. So I was around them, David and Holden. I became like best friends with David and Holden. And I remember being best friends with David mainly. I was mainly hanging around David than I was Holden. And I remember we was on a bus ride trip, and I remember it was like field trip. Man, I miss field trips. I haven't been on a field trip since elementary school. That's crazy to me. And I remember we was on a field trip, and while we was on the field trip, we used to play Roblox, and this was back when Roblox was like really fun to play. Like this is back when Roblox was fun. It's not really that fun anymore. Like the game sucked. The game, and it's like the games that used to hit back in like 2018 and 19 and stuff like that. Actually, like 2017, 2016, nobody plays them now because they kind of got boring and we got older. But as kids, those games used to be fun. Like now we have still a brain rot games and grow a garden games, and it's like what happened to the mini games? What happened to the shoot lasers at people games? Like, yeah, it's crazy. But that's back when Roblox used to be fun. And I remember that time I did want to become a YouTuber as a kid, but I wasn't really invested in, like, I didn't know what I wanted to do as a kid yet. No, I did know what I would do. I wanted to play drums as a kid because I was in love with instruments, and I still am. Like, I'm still learning how to play the piano and jump. But as a kid, I really just like drums and stuff, but I also like video games and stuff, so I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I remember I was on the bus ride with David, and we was just talking. I was like, bro, I want to make a game on Roblox. Like, I want us to make a group. I want us to make a game. I want us to have merch. And I remember we was talking. We was like having the best talk. Like, we was talking about what we wanted the group to be about, the members, the type of clothes that we wanted to make, the type of games that we wanted to make, what we was going to do with the Robux that we was going to make with. Like, we had it all planned out and never even, like, did it. I'm still friends with him on Roblox. But it would be cool to bring him on a podcast. I'm not going to lie. It would be cool. But yeah, we never did it because first of all, we was young. We didn't know how to do it. And I know how to do it now, but I didn't realize how much work that is. Like, making a game alone in a good game is already just a lot of work itself. Like that could take months. Merch, you need somebody who's actually good at making merch. Group, then you need people to actually join the group, which you can't force people to join it, so it's like that's completely up to them. Then depending on, when we was talking about Robux and stuff, depending on how successful our stuff is, we get Robux, And me and David was really good friends, and then I was friends with a lot of people, and then Ibrahim happened to be one of the new kids to come in the classroom. I was like, oh yeah, this guy seems cool. talking to Ibrahim. Ibrahim was like, when I was first talking to Ibrahim, he was like kind of like nervous, but like it's like he was like nervous, but kind of didn't want to really talk to people like that. Like he seemed more of the type where he ain't want to be on. Like he seemed more, like he didn't want to be in big groups and talk to a lot of people in a lot of groups. Like he just wanted to be on one-on-one or like two people, not like a whole group of people, because then it's like, oh shoot, that's the type of person Ibrahim was. So, and I thought he was low-key weird like a little bit, but now we became like friends. And then he like left, bro. I remember he left like towards the end of the school year, and I ain't seen him since. I'm gonna tell you about that later. I ain't seen him since then. And yeah, but since that time. So he left, and I was friends with David all the way up until 5th grade. And like I said, through that time I met a lot of people, became friends with a lot of people. I was talkative to a lot of people. And 5th grade came, and I remember when it was the 5th grade was my best year at all elementary school, because first of all, we was like, it felt like we was at the top of the school. Then that's when I made like a lot of friends, and then that's when like it was kind of sad, because that's when we started doing like TikToks and stuff, because it was like our last times being in. You gotta think about it. 5th grade is the last grade in elementary school. It was our last time in elementary school, and I think in that moment I didn't really realize how, how memorable that will be, because I feel like I was just excited on the fact that excited and really nervous on the fact like I was going to middle school. And being older now, you think about it, and it's like, dang, I didn't really realize like that was my last moments in elementary school. I was just excited to keep going up. I didn't realize that it was gonna get harder from there. And yeah, made a lot of TikTok with girls and stuff. Then the teachers and then it's like, it really started hitting me, because it's like, dang, it's really about to be over, because now the teachers are being nice and let us really do whatever. Like teachers letting us talk near them, letting them sit in their seats and stuff. We really just be doing anywhere, sitting in the corners of the classroom, talking to our friends, literally going outside low-key whenever we want to. Leaving the classrooms to go to a different classroom, to a different teacher that we wanted to talk to, and that teacher didn't care. Like, it was the amount of freedom school, I'm not gonna lie, that time school felt better than home. Like, it felt like you had so much to do. You could do so much. And it's like, as kids in elementary school, well, for me personally, I didn't really worry about getting bullied, because I was literally cool with everyone. So it was like, you would want to go to school. Like, you would be happy to go to school. Not to mention, those days in elementary school were, bro, back when Fortnite used to hit, and you used to literally write, like, you used to get people's gamer tags on a piece of paper, like, rip a piece of paper, get their gamer tags, go home and play Fortnite with them. Then let's be honest, half of the times they wouldn't even get on. So it would be like the next day. No, it would be Friday. You would add them. They wouldn't even accept your friend request, and you just be waiting like, when are they going to accept your friend request? And then and it's like, you tell them your gamer tag so they'll know that it's you. They don't accept your friend request, and then you go to school back on Monday, so you have to wait the whole weekend. Go to school back on Monday and be like, hey bro, did you add me? And they'd be like, nah, I wasn't able to add you, because at the time I didn't have a phone. I didn't have none of this like I have now. Like, I can easily get somebody's phone number or just Instagram, and we'll be cool, and I can call them and stuff like that. But yeah, it was the end. It was getting closer to the end of elementary school. I didn't cry on the last day, because I was like, man, that's some kiddie jump right there. I ain't cry. And I'm pretty sure I ain't gonna ever cry on the last day of school, unless like probably senior year, because then it's like, if I had really good memories by senior year, I'm probably gonna, cry, because all gonna be gone. I'm gonna be an adult and be in the real world where it's scary. You gotta survive. But yeah, elementary school. Dang, I got completely off topic. First question, what's the lesson you learned the hard way? But yeah, I guess just not fitting in with people based off what I was going with the group that I was in 3rd grade. Not fitting in with people the hard way, because you really want to kind of fit in, but then it's like when you don't fit in, you're out different, and it's like you're outcast, and stuff like that. That's how I would answer that question. All right, question number 2. What's something your younger self would never believe about your life now? What's something your younger self would never believe about your life now? Um, well, younger self, I got my own room. We live in a 2-story house. Um, I got a gaming setup now. It isn't the best, but this is what I wanted since a kid. Um, I'm actually somewhat losing weight. You know, um, beard growing in, mustache. Like you can see the outline of it. You can't see it on here because this is blurry, but the outline of my mustache is coming in. It's a lot of things. The 2-story house because we always been wanting the 2-story house, and as a kid I've always been living in trailers. I never grew up as a rich kid. Never grew up as a mediocre kid. Meaning like I grew up in the suburbs, but like I ain't grew up in a 2-story house and none of that. Never was in the hood. Excuse me. Never was in the hood. So I grew up just a regular kid in a trailer. I used to be outside so much as a kid. Like I used to climb trees. I know, ironic, I'm black, but I used to climb trees like a lot. And I was really good at it too. Like I had no fear of heights. I could climb like some of these trees out here. I could climb. If I was a kid, I could climb right now, and I wouldn't be afraid, and I would actually be able to do it. But yeah, that's what I would tell my younger self. Question number 3: do you believe people truly change, or do they just reveal who they are? Do you believe people truly change? Do you believe people truly change, or do they just reveal who they are? I feel like some people accept who they are, whether if it's bad. And I feel like if you accept who you are as a bad person, I feel like that isn't a good thing because it's like you could do better. Like you can do better. You just don't want to go through the changing process because the changing process is hard. So you just accept who you are. So I do believe people truly change, but then I do believe that people do reveal who they. I feel like people reveal who they are when they don't realize it, and then once they started getting criticism or like people telling them like I don't like what you're doing, stuff like that. If like they're like sane, they come to realization like, dang, what am I doing? And they know what they're doing. If they know what they're doing is wrong, like it's them doing it, but they know that it's wrong, they can change. If that makes sense. So it's like I do believe people can truly change, but people also, I hope that I just hope that answered it. If that cleared up. If that didn't clear up, please let me know. Question 4: what's a failure that ended up being a blessing in disguise? What's a failure that ended up being blessing in disguise? I gotta think about this one. What is a failure? Dang. I'm trying to think. That's a hard one. A failure that ended up being a blessing in disguise. I can't think of anything. What's a failure that ended up being a blessing in disguise? What could that be? Cause I'm trying to think of many things. Like I said, I'm still growing, so it's like I'm not at. Oh, my mom's here. I'm not at a point where it's like success, But everybody has to start somewhere. I might have to skip that question. We might have to come back to it. Okay. What advice do you think is overrated? Ooh. I feel like I want to. What advice do you think is overrated? I want to say never give up because I feel like everybody just says never give up, but they don't realize the gravitation, like the situation of what. Like for example, right? No, because never give up. Never give up is a good one because it's like, nah, because it's like you could if you just tell somebody never give up, right? If they're in the, for example, let's say acting, for example, right? You see Tyler Perry doing Medea, Michael Jordan doing Sinners, right? And they have all this level of success, fame. They have the money to be able to do these movies and get accepted the roles and stuff. And let's say you're acting, right? And it's like you keep trying to get in these gigs, but it's like you need advice, and somebody tells you never give up. And it's like, well, obviously I'm not trying to give up, obviously, but I don't have nothing good going for me. You know what I mean? And I really don't want to say never give up is overrated, but you hear almost everybody say it, never give up. And we get what you're saying by never give up, but like elaborate. You know what I mean? Like, tell me why should I never give up? Tell me something that's going to help me realize that me doing this is getting somewhere so I don't have to give up. Rather than just saying don't give up. Because you should say more like that. I feel like that's just in my personal opinion. Like, I'm not saying that's the truth or nothing. But in my opinion, saying never give up gives you a boost because then it's like that person telling you that lets you know this person has faith in me. But it's not really pushing me far enough. You know what I mean? I just feel like you need more advice than that. Okay. I feel like that answered that question. Alright, now we are on to controversial / spicy takes. 5 questions. Let's get it. First question. What's a popular opinion you completely disagree with? What's a popular opinion that you completely disagree with? What's a popular opinion that you can... There's a lot of popular opinions. I'm gonna go... Okay, this one, I can't really think hard about this one. So I'm just gonna say popular opinion. Milk before cereal? No. Or, no, okay, it should be... But that's true. Milk before cereal is a no. Popular opinion that you completely disagree with. I'm thinking. Popular opinion that you completely disagree with. That's a deep one. I feel like I would need some like elaboration, like scenarios, like, okay, burgers are healthier than pizza or something. Okay, I'm gonna go with basketball. Okay, what's a popular opinion you completely disagree with? Right, LeBron the GOAT. No. Here's why. Because don't get me wrong, LeBron is really good. Like he's top. He's top 2, right? But he isn't 1. Michael Jordan's at number 1. LeBron is at 2. The reason why I say that is because, first of all, there's literally like, what's it called? Stats, I guess. Right? I forgot all the stats, but I know that Michael Jordan has more MVPs than LeBron regular season and regular season and playoff season, right? Plus, you got to think about it, the game was harder back then. So I don't agree with LeBron being the GOAT, but he is like top. He's up there for sure. Number 2, who is an overrated celebrity and why? That's a good one. I feel like when you think of overrated celebrity, you kind of think of it as like, why are they even a celebrity? Like, y'all are overhyping this person too much. I gotta go with Sexy Red. She's a rapper, but she's also a celebrity too. If you think about it, right? Because a celebrity is it's just any famous person that got some type of fame. Overrated celebrity is Sexy Red because first of all, her music sucks, and I feel like only reason why people like her music is because, no disrespect, but like if you're on like the ghetto side, like if you're like, I don't blame you if like you've been like in the hood and stuff, so you're kind of used to like hood music like that. But it's like her music to me, this is very controversial. Music is different for everybody. Everybody likes different type of music. People's opinion on music is different. I don't see her being an artist. Like I'm sorry, but like she's just like the song when she was like, "Ooh, baby, yeah, my." But her voice cracks and everything. It's like we making music like that now. Like that's music. Like, and y'all turned up to stuff like that, and then the my coochie pink, my booty hole brown. That's disgusting. And I just know y'all be like twerking to them songs. Like that is disgusting. Why are you talking about yo coochie and yo booty hole? Like we don't care. And then one thing, and then here's another thing, right? She gon' bro. I don't know if y'all know, but she gon' release that stupid lip gloss. Did y'all see the names on there? Hold on, I'm gonna search it up. Just so I can read y'all the names to show y'all. And this is not even a joke. She actually released, like, this is real. Like, this is real. Okay. Some of the standout names include Coochie Juice, Booty Hole Brown, Nut, Pee Hole Pink, Yellow Discharge, Gonorrhea, Blue Balls, and Sex on My Period. Y'all putting those names, dumb junks right there on y'all lips. Bro, if I ever date a girl that she had, and I like, you know, we be kissing the junk, and I find out, let's say I go to her house, right, and I have to use her bathroom, and then she has that whole set in her bathroom, and she putting that on her lips, and I mess around and end up kissing her, we done. That is disgusting, bro. And you gotta be weird to actually buy that, and I hope that don't really even get sales like that. That's freaking disgusting, bro. She's an overrated artist, so overrated artist and celebrity. All right. Question 3: are people too sensitive today, or are we just finally holding others accountable? Well, it depends on what you're holding them accountable for. If it's like something that they do need to be holding accountable, I think it's just that we're holding others accountable. And then it's like, oh, so I'm guessing if the people who's holding people accountable are sensitive, or are we just holding people accountable? So the people that's getting held accountable, do they think that those people are being sensitive? I think it's just we're holding people accountable. Because when you're holding people accountable, it's a different meaning. Holding others accountable meaning they did something wrong. Like, let me search the definition of accountable. Accountable meaning. required or expected to justify actions or decisions. Taking ownership of something. So you did something and you wouldn't take. Yeah. We're just finally, that's my opinion, we're just finally holding people accountable. And that's a good thing, because it's like, it's a good thing to be held accountable. Take responsibility for your actions. That's just the truth. And that's it. That is what it is. Okay. Alright. Question number 4. Should money decide who gets to be happy? No. No, money shouldn't decide who gets to be happy. Only happiness is in Jesus. That's all you need. Money doesn't last forever. And people be like, yeah, like here, money does buy happiness for a moment. Like, you can have so much money and you will buy something that you really wanted or something like that, and you'll be happy for a moment, then boom, that happiness is gone. And then what you're going to feel like is, you're going to have to feel like that you have to keep buying stuff. Like, you start to realize that the more you buy stuff, you get happy. It's almost like a drug. Like, I never took drugs in my life, but from what I see from people, you take a drug, right? You get a feeling, right? And then once that feeling is gone, it's like, oh, you want that feeling back. You get another one. Oh, I want it back. And you just keep doing it. You keep doing it until when it becomes a habit. That's the thing with money, with rich people. With people who's rich, they see happiness in things that they buy. So they keep buying stuff. They just keep buying stuff. But I feel like one thing they don't realize is I hope they realize that they keep buying stuff. But it's like, dang, I have to maintain happiness from buying stuff. Money doesn't make you officially happy for the rest of your life. It's just momentarily. I'm telling you. Money does not decide who gets to be happy. Okay. Is monogamy natural or just a social construct? What is that? What does that mean? Hold on. I don't know what that means. The practice or state of being married at one person at a time. So it's like being like exclusive with somebody, like just that person, just being with that person. Is it natural or just a social construct? I feel like it's natural. I feel like if you get married to a person, you gotta understand. Being married to a person is telling that person you want to be with them. What it's supposed to be telling that person you want to be with them for the rest of their life. You know? Like, you want to stay, you want to live with them. You want to stay with them. You want to be with them to the end. You want to, some people majority of people want to start a family with that person. I don't understand why people get married and just, like, as a kid, I used to think, like, getting married means, like, okay, it's officially just us two. No more other people. Then it's, like, divorce, and it's, like, me personally, I would never want to get married until when I know for a fact that I want this woman. And I really don't want to marry a woman until when I really know, not everything about it, because you really would never know everything about a person. And I feel like I want to be able to marry a person once I know enough, like, and I mean ugh about a person where it's like I basically know like everything about her. I love almost everything, because you know, I feel like some things you won't love everything about her, and then there's just some things that she could fix, but she could fix that in the relationship, and you know she has the ability to do it. Like, she don't fight back, she don't nothing. And it's not just her, but also you too. Like, vice versa. She sees the same thing in you. And it's like, and if you know that she sees the same thing in you and you see the same thing in her, I feel like then that's when I'll be ready to get married, because it's like, okay, Because then it's like, I don't want to get married. And I feel like the worst thing for a man or a woman is for them to get married. And I feel like the automatic mistake is if they second guess it. I would never want to second guess a marriage. And what I mean is, like, after you get married, like after the wedding, you second guess it. And it's like, dang, wait, I'm really married to this person. Do I really want this? I never want to second guess if I get married. I just want it to be where it's like, boom, we're married. No second guessing. I'm happy with this. Let's do this. Let's start on our journey. So, yes, I think it's natural. But sometimes it could be a social construct. I feel like it's natural, but people are weird and just get married, then divorce, and then marry another woman and divorce. Imagine being a man imagine talking to a woman and she'd be like, how many relationships you've been in, and you don't want to tell her the truth that you've been married to 5 women. Nah, you're down bad. Okay, now we are on mind-bending / thought experiments. 5 questions. Those other questions that I thought about too, I'm gonna try to get back to those. Number 1. If you woke up and everyone had forgotten you, what would you do? If I woke up one morning and everybody has forgotten me, meaning that I guess like they don't know who I am, like almost erased every memory of me. I'm a stranger completely. What would I do? Really, I would just try to convince them that, hey, like, I mean, it really depends on to who. I was just trying to remind them, like, I try to remind them of, unless if I haven't forgotten it's dumb, not me. I would just try to make everybody remember and then try to have as much evidence as I can possible. Really. That's what I would do. Question number 2. Would you take $10 million if it meant you could never speak again? No. Because, like I said, money, I will have money. But who would want to have $10 million and never speak? You got to understand. Never speak? That's stupid. Never speak again? Who wouldn't want to speak? Be silent your whole life? Heck nah. Y'all can have that. I want to be able to speak. Maybe me speaking will get me more than $10 million. You never know. That's my answer to that question. Number 3. If the internet disappeared forever tomorrow, how would the world change? I feel like the world would go crazy because a lot of people be on the internet. Like, a lot of people. Like, and you barely be seeing people outside. So I feel like if the internet was gone, the world would go crazy, but it'll be weird because you know how if something goes crazy online, like news or something, everybody will be talking about it on the internet, right? But then it's like if the internet's gone, then people can be like, hey, is everybody else's internet out on the internet, you know? So it's like people will be calling their friends and be like, yo, is the internet out for y'all too? Internet out will be for everybody. And then it's like also that would impact the world because a lot of jobs out there require internet too. So it's like people wouldn't be able to have jobs because their jobs require internet, right? And then I'm pretty sure a lot of like geniuses out there will be trying to work on see why the internet. Let's just say God erased it completely, so not even like the geniuses could get it back. Internet's gone. Now we're gonna have to adapt to a new style of things. It would be crazy, but it would be crazy. But how would the world change? I feel like the world would change chaotic because everybody would go crazy, and then you got the crazy like people that, oh, it's just internet. I need internet. They would just start going crazy. I feel like the world would go crazy. Not gonna lie. But I wouldn't say that's what we need though, because sometimes, yeah, it's good to be outside, but then sometimes we need to, be on the internet for a little bit. What's more real, dreams or memories? That's a good one. Memories. Oh, because dreams, half of the times, dreams be feeling mad real. like, you wouldn't know you're in a dream until you wake up and you realize that that was a dream. Dreams, but then memories is a past moment that you was living in. Fast forward some time, you think about that moment, but you, like, memories, depending on how memorable that memory was, you could relive the, like, it's kind of like a relive the memory in your head. I feel like dreams are more real though. If you're like a big dreamer, I feel like dreams feel more realer than memories, because memories feel like a past image. Like, memories feel like a past image. Dreams feel real, like they really do. So I gotta go with dreams that feel real. Last question on mind bending and thought experiments. Question number 5. Would you rather know how you die or when you die? Matter of fact, I'd rather know neither, because I don't want to know any of that. But would you rather know how you die or when you die? I feel like I'd rather know when I die, because then it's like, I don't like talking about stuff like this, but I'm just going to quickly get past it. I'd rather know the date, so then it's like, okay, then you just kind of just expect something to happen, But yeah, rather, when you die, rather. But in reality, neither. Alright, pop culture and society. Alright, pop culture and society. Has social media done more harm or good? I feel like more harm, because, I'm trying to see what they mean by this question. Because more harm meaning, because, you got cyberbullying, you got all this, you got all that. No, I feel like good, though, because I don't know if y'all know, but like a lot of small businesses be on social media, and usually they get their businesses growing by either going viral or, I feel like good, because businesses and stuff, a lot of that stuff, and then not even just businesses, but like people showing their like creativity online and stuff, and people seeing other people's talents and stuff. Like, I can see the harm side of it being like cyberbullying and like criticism and stuff like that, but like social media, I feel like it done more good, because it did a lot of stuff for a lot of people, for like good things. Question number 2. If you could erase one trend or phrase from the internet forever, what would it be? Trend? I would erase Dang, I'm really thinking about TikTok, because TikTok had a lot of trends that were terrible. I think one trend that I would remove would be that one trend that where people well, you remember that one trend where you would get, it was 3 people, right? And you got one person in the middle and then 2 people on the side, right? And then they tell that person, like, so they jump, and then they tell the person in the middle to jump, and when the person in the middle jumps, they kick their feet back and like they hit their head on the ground. I feel like that, because first of all, that could kill somebody. That's like murder right there. That's disturbing, like really disturbing. So I feel like that definitely, I wish you could, and it's already erased, but like I just wish it never even existed. And basically, not even only that, any other bad trend that was on TikTok, like putting NyQuil in chicken, like y'all people did some stupid stuff. Trends like those, all those trends, I wish they were erased. 3, which movie or show is criminally underrated? So I guess like very underrated. I can't really answer for a lot of things because I don't really watch movies or shows like that. I'm more of like YouTube, TikTok. Yeah, I'm kind of boring, but let's be honest. Who really even really watches movies and shows like that in their day? Like imagine every day watching a movie. I don't know how. I just can't. So, but I'm trying to really think because a lot of movies I watch are popular. Oh wait, okay, I got one. Which movie or show that I think is criminally underrated? My Mom stuff. Check out My Mom stuff. She made a movie El Rose. She made a movie Puppy's Love. We made my movie. Well, not my movie, but my family movie, The Perfect Plot, which had me, Ken, and Chauncey, Dad, and Mama in that one, and we made all that like at home and stuff. Like Mama did that herself. We had no scripts too. That's the crazy part. Like we just think of something and it'll be done just like that. No scripts, no nothing. No crazy camera crew. It's called The Perfect Plot. It's on Tubi. El Rose is on Tubi. El Rose the series is on Tubi. Puppy Love is on Tubi, and all those is like my mom's movies that she directed. My mom is a very good actor and director and producer and writer. Go check her stuff out. It's really good. Make sure to check it out. Seriously, actually go check it out. But yeah, those are the ones I think are definitely without a doubt underrated. Go watch on Tubi. What artist do you think will be still relevant in 50 years? In 50 years, I feel like an artist that was still, it has to be someone. I think what they mean, I think relevant means be still talked about. I feel like from 50 years from now, you know what's so crazy? I gotta search up what relevant means, cause I want this. Relevant means I just think that they're still talked about and stuff like that, like still important. I have a person in mind, Michael Jackson. I feel like Michael Jackson will forever be relevant. Or is that a good thing? Like, is what I'm saying correct? Michael Jackson. No, but he passed away. But he's still low-key relevant. Like, no, yeah. Michael Jackson, because people still listen to, like, everybody still listens to his music. Like, his music is still alive. So I feel like he'll be relevant forever, really. If everybody keeps telling everybody about Michael Jackson, I feel like he'll be relevant for real still. What's a moment in pop culture that still lives in your head rent free? I don't know if this is really pop culture, but that moment when Kanye West interrupted Taylor Swift, that was funny. That's a moment that still lives rent free in my head, even though I don't even think I was born when that happened. All right, creative. Hold on. All right, creative slash hypothetical. I don't know. Hypothetical questions. Question one. Question one. If you could direct a movie with an unlimited budget, what's the plot? If I could direct a movie with unlimited budget, what's the plot? I guess I would make a movie about, what's the plot? I guess like I gotta search up what plot means. I gotta understand what this means. Hold on. Yo, I'm hungry too. Like I haven't ate nothing this whole entire day. I don't know why I don't really eat like that. I would make like a I would make it like a crazy like fight scene, but like maybe in some type of like out of this world city, like maybe some like type of cyberpunk real life movie, like cyberpunk type of theme. If y'all know what cyberpunk is, watch it on Netflix. A vibe kind of like that with the unlimited budget. That's something I would go for. A crazy fight. One thing that I do want to make movies is like a crazy like fight scene like that gets you like adrenaline running. Like it keeps your eye on the screen. Like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next? Like you never know what's gonna happen. That's what I would have for that. Creative slash hypothetical. I read it again. I don't know why. Question 2. You're given the power to change one law. What is it and why? I'm not really into a lot of like political like law stuff. So I don't really know a lot about the law. You're given the power to change one law. What is it and why? I can't really answer. I don't really know. Maybe make everything free. How about that? Make everything free. Make everything free for Christmas. No. Cause then like that would kind of ruin everything. I wish it was like create a law, cause that would be easier to answer. You're given the power to change one law. I don't know. I'm gonna have to skip that one. I can't think. Create a new holiday. What is it about and how is it celebrated? I would create a holiday called. I would create a holiday that's about like. I want to create. This might sound fat as freak, but I want to create a holiday that's kind of like Thanksgiving, but like where it's like. I want it to be like a holiday like where it's like Christmas, but nah. Like a holiday where it's like. I can't think of it, but it's like I want to make like a Blacksgiving. So for black people, like African Americans, where it's like a special day for us where we come together, eat food, and it's like it got to be really good too, like greens, potato salad, anything, and then we have like we play like a special like black type of game, like or maybe gifts too, add gifts in there, something like that, and it'll be on every. It'll be on every September 9th. And it has to be celebrated by black people all over the world. If you had a 60-second ad to air around during a Super Bowl. Oh, these are some type of questions that I used to have to answer in Business Essentials, bro. If you had a 60-second ad to air during the Super Bowl, what message would you share? 60-second ad. Maybe give to the poor. Like how important it is. Maybe like create like a company that gives to the poor. Or just maybe encouraging people to give to the poor. And like don't, if you have anything, don't just walk past homeless people and not give them anything when knowing that you have something. That's what I would do. Or if not that, maybe some like some delicious chips that I created add that I could do and make it look really good too, like really good. Question 4. 5. Imagine a world where people see your emotions as colors. What would that change? My emotions as a color. I feel like my emotions is really. I'm really like. I would say my emotions would probably be like a little like grayish. Cause I'm not like depressed or nothing, but like I feel like I'm very chill and like. I feel like I don't know what people's first impressions of me are, but I feel like given from myself, I feel like people think I'm probably not cool to hang around or like first impression like I look mean or something. So I feel like they're basically saying aura. I feel like my aura would be like green. No, not green. Not green. Like grayish, probably blackish, and probably a little bit of brown in there. What would that change? I feel like it would change how people. I feel like people wouldn't be comfortable around me, or probably be scared to be around me if they saw like colors, like my emotions as the colors. But I'm really emotional. Like I know it doesn't look like I am, but like little things like I don't know. So some things just get me emotional. So maybe a little bit of dark blue in there. It'll be a weird color mix, I'm telling you. Fun. This is the last set of questions. Fun and random. That's the topic. What's the weirdest thing you believed as a kid? The weirdest thing that I believed as a kid. What's the weirdest thing that I believed as a kid? Oh, I know. The weirdest thing that I believed as a kid was that the pinky finger was the middle finger in China. I don't know why I believed that as a kid. Like I used to go around in school sometimes at the like cafeteria and I put it up and I'd be like, bruh, technically I'm putting up the middle finger if I was in China. And I was like, bro, imagine we go to China and we just do this to everybody. Yeah. Until when I found out that it wasn't true. And that just makes sense because it used to I remember, oh my God, these stutters, bro. I used to have like the craziest brain fart because I used to think about it. I'm like, wait, so why do we call this the middle finger? And this is the middle finger for China. So if you go to China, then what is this called? Like, if this is the middle finger, then what is this? Yeah, my brain's hurt. Until when I realized the Chinese, I don't know who told me the pinky finger was Chinese middle finger. I don't know why. But yeah. Question number 2. If you had to eat one meal forever, what would it be? Pasta salad. I could eat pasta salad forever. And it has like pasta salad with like different colored noodles and then like crab meat and then like cheese like blocks in there with ham in there, olives in there and stuff in there, like all that stuff in there. I could eat that forever. I really could. Cause who want to eat burgers forever? You get tired of meat. Pause. Pizza, you get tired of that easily. Spaghetti, heck no. If you're black like me and you have a history of when your mom used to, y'all know when y'all mom used to be making spaghetti and there'll be like a whole bunch in a pot and you eat it that day and it's like the next day you'd be like, Mom, I'm hungry. You'd be like, get that leftover spaghetti. And it's like, yeah, I would get tired of spaghetti day one. Grilled cheese, I don't know how you could eat that every day. Soup, chicken noodle soup, I know you get tired of it. Lasagna. I get every other food I'll get tired of except for pasta salad. So yeah. And it's kind of healthy because all the olives and tomatoes and stuff in there too. So who in history would have been a savage on TikTok? The guy with the mustache, if you know what I mean. His name starts with an H. He was in German. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't know if I'm gonna get like in trouble by YouTube. But the evil guy with the mustache, he would have been crazy on TikTok. Yep, the evil guy with the mustache. Question number 4. What conspiracy theory do you secretly believe? I don't know. I don't really listen to a lot of conspiracy theories. And nor do I don't even think I believe in, like, from what I've heard, I don't really know because I don't really listen to conspiracy theories. I guess one is like, hold on, I'm about to search up conspiracy theories and just see like which one I agree with because I can't think off the top of my head because I haven't listened to one or. Wow, I've never heard of some of these conspiracy theories. Wow, these conspiracy theories. Okay, here's one. This is stupid, but apparently this is a conspiracy theory. If is the world flat? You gotta be dumb if you think the world is flat. It don't even make sense. Literally, you can look at photos of NASA who took photos from space of Earth. It's round. It's a sphere, sphere. And you're telling me it's flat? That it don't make sense. I never believed, and that's one thing. As a kid, I never even believed the world was flat. I'm not even that stupid to think the world is flat. If you really genuinely think the world is flat, something got to be wrong with you, actually. All right. Last question. Question 5. Would you rather be liked by everyone or respected by a few? So, liked by everyone meaning everybody likes you. Like, and I know it don't mean like, oh, love you, like I want to be with you, but like you, like you're cool, like everybody's cool with you, and liked by, or respected by a few. I guess being respected means like there's a difference between being respected and then being liked. I feel like I'd rather be respected by a few because it's like at least a couple people respect me, like for a couple of things, like maybe privacy or something. And then also that even if I am respected by a few, who would want to be liked by everyone? Because sometimes you need haters. Sometimes you need haters to grow. Like, you would need haters to grow to let you know that you're doing something. The moment when I start getting hated and stuff like that and people start talking about me and stuff, that's when I'm going to know that I'm doing something right. People are going to hate on you regardless of what you're going to do. And it's like being liked by everyone be weird because then it's like if you're liked by everyone, but you see that let's say one person doing something wrong to somebody else, but you don't want to hurt their feelings because they like you or something like that, right? And it's like you don't want to be disliked because you want to keep your reputation going. Nah, I'd rather be respected by a few. I feel like I'm not really respected by it. I feel like I'm already only respected by a few. So, and I wouldn't want to be liked by everyone because it would be then at a point it would get kind of weird too. So yeah, that's all the questions that I have so far. If you enjoyed the podcast, make sure to like the video. Subscribe for more podcasts, which I plan on making. That was a good podcast. I feel like I really did open up. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section, or you can let me know on Twitter, like text me on Twitter or on my Instagram. If you have any questions, let me know. This channel I'm gonna just do podcasts. I feel more comfortable with podcasts. I plan on bringing people. I feel like since I'm just now starting, I just gonna bring a couple of people on, like maybe like some friends and stuff. I feel like a lot of it will be on call though. A lot of it will be on call. Um, but yeah, I need to have questions ready. So I think first I'm trying to get one of my family to do it. But yeah, that was a good one. Make sure, so like I said, make sure you follow. I have donations and TTS things on. Pretty sure it works. So if y'all ever feel free to donate, do it. I don't mind. You don't have to. Make sure y'all follow my Instagram. It was nice with y'all. Episode 2, I think, is coming out tomorrow. Yeah, so I'll just do a podcast. Episode 2 coming out tomorrow. I really did hope y'all enjoyed the podcast. I really hope I did clear some questions up and stuff like that. But yeah, it was nice with this podcast. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all day, and I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace.
Come through, dig the sound. Crowd around. I used to cop a lot, but never cop no drop. Hold mics like ponytails tight and bobble ops. Stop and stick around, come through and dig the sound of the fly brown 6060 cycle. Who throws a dick around? Bound to go 3 plat. Came to destroy rap. It's an intricate plot of a b-boy strap. Fem stack cats get kidnapped. Then release a statement to the press. Let the rest know who did that. Metal fist terrorist, claim responsibility. Broken household name usually set in hostility. What is MF, you silly? I like to take men's to the end for 2 milli. Do-do-do-do-do, that's the audio daily double. Rappers need to fall off just to save me the trouble. Yo, watch your own back, came in and go out alone, black. Stay in the zone, turn H2O to cognac. On doomsday, ever since the womb till I'm back where my brother went, that's what my tumor say. Right above my government doomulate, either unmarked or engraved, hey, who's to say? I wrote this one in BCDCO section. If you don't believe me, go get bagged and checked in. Cell number 17 up under the top bunk. I say this not to be mean, was bad luck a pop junk. Pop the trunk on C-Cypher punk, leave him left scrape. God forbid, if ain't no escape, blame MF tape. Definition super villain, a killer who loved children, one who is well skilled in destruction as well as building. While Sidney Sheldon teaches the trife to be trifer, I'm trading science fiction with my man alive lifer. A Pied Piper, holler a rhyme, a dollar and a dime, do his thing, ring around the white collar crime. Get out my face, asking about my case, steam toothpaste, professor mint, monkey style nigga to death to death, and dope fiends still in their teens. Shook niggas turn witness, real men's mind their own business. That's the difference between sissy pissy rappers is double dutch. How come I hold a microphone double clutch? COs make rounds, never have ox found on shakedown, lockdown, wet dreams of Fox Brown. On doomsday, ever since the womb till I'm back where my brother went, that's what my tumor say. Right above my government doomulate, either unmarked or engraved, hey, who's to say? Doomsday, ever since the womb till I'm back to the essence.